Rise up, we gon' make it out, gotta rise up, tick, 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 time's up.
Hello world, it's MiAsia Symone on behalf of MSL Media and Streets 94.5 ATL, and I am excited to be here because I am sitting next to the first female CEO of the Chick-fil-A College Football Hall of Fame, Miss Kimberly Beaudin. How are you?
I am doing really well. Thank you so much for being here and for having me.
Yes, no, I'm excited. I love the atmosphere, and I think like the main thing today is it's all about HBCUs and celebrating that. What does that mean to you?
You know, it really means a tremendous amount to me personally. We have 9 of our team members that went to HBCUs.
Wow.
And they have been a champion of this, and to see this come to life. First, we did a special exhibit dedicated to HBCUs and college football and their story when we reopened in July of last year. And from that, we were able to secure the funding to build this new permanent exhibit. And just to see it come to life and to see our team so excited and so proud means the world.
I mean, in addition to that, even when you backtrack, let's take away the exhibit for a second. I have to highlight the fact that you are the first female CEO of an establishment that is so big and so powerful and so amazing, and the culture really gravitates to it. It's very interactive. You know, what inspired you to take this position?
So, you know, I joined the Hall of Fame 6 years ago, leading sales and marketing.
Okay.
And when the CEO role became available, it just felt like it was the right time for me to step up and lead the organization kind of into the future.
Okay.
We had, had some ups and downs, and we were really poised to, kind of take that next step.
Right.
So talk about impeccable timing. I accepted the position on March 12th of 2020.
Wow, congratulations.
Thank you. What a year.
Right.
We closed our doors on March 16th, but we're still standing, and I do believe that, kind of being a leader through this time and everything I've learned, man, we're just going to be firing on all cylinders now that we're coming back.
Well, speaking of being a leader, you have quite the resume. You were prepared for this moment. Talk about your journey leading up to, actually being the CEO, and what's next after that.
Oh gosh. I have no idea what's next because I just survived this past year, and I'm just so looking forward to kind of being in a sense of normalcy, whatever that's going to be.
Right.
But my journey was certainly not linear, but I've always had a passion for sports and a passion for hospitality.
Okay.
So I worked at Disney, from running the Scene and Studio Tour, and then I spent 5 seasons with the Hawks and Thrashers.
Right.
I gotta say, go Hawks.
Yes, go Hawks. I know. Last night was heartbreaking. It really was.
My husband works for the Hawks.
Oh, really?
He does. So
wow.
That's where I met him. So he's still there. And
wow.
So passion for sports and passion for hospitality. And when you find the perfect job that blends both,
right, then it works.
It works.
You spent quite a bit of your career focusing on brand partnerships, fan interaction. Why does that mean so much to you?
You know what? It's bringing joy into people's lives.
Okay.
We had a campaign for the Hawks when I was there in the early 2000s called the Highlight Factory.
Okay.
And yes, it was a little bit about the highlights on the court, but it was more about the highlights in the stands.
Right, absolutely.
Right? Like oh my gosh, there's Dominique, or a little kid at the game with his dad, or closing a business deal in a suite. I mean, there's highlights that happen all around.
Right.
And here, you see a kid come in and he sees that 3-story helmet wall, and he's just like, and the jaw drops, and just
I was the same exact way.
Yes.
When I walked in and I saw it for the first time, it's breathtaking to see, like, wow, there's that many colleges out there, and teams let alone, so I think it's amazing to see that.
Yeah. So just to be able to bring a little bit of joy in people's lives, that really matters.
And we really appreciate you for being a part of this.
Thank you.
So as far as the hall, what can we expect? I know today is all about HBCU, celebrating this wonderful exhibit. Talk about the work that was put in behind creating this.
Absolutely. So, tremendous props go to our historian and curator, Jeremy Swick.
Okay.
And then Terrence Beavers, who is our senior manager of content production. He's a Clark Atlanta graduate.
Wow.
And he edited all the video himself. So between the two of them, from finding the artifacts and telling the story to then creating the video and really bringing the story to life that way, they have worked in lockstep for months to bring this exhibit to life. And then obviously in partnership with Southern Company, because it's very important to get the message of opportunity of leadership, and community out there. And also John Grant, the Celebration Bowl,
Yes.
Challenge. And it's just really all come together so amazingly well.
Absolutely, and I think this means a lot to especially the HBCU football players. There's a lot of controversy, in regards to the NFL not drafting some of the college players. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that the talent that's coming out of HBCUs is going to prove itself, and I think we're going to start to see some of the talent start going back to HBCUs from traditional universities. You've seen it with basketball, and I think you're totally going to see that with football as well.
Absolutely.
We're going to follow in the footsteps of Walter Payton and Jerry Rice and Steve McNair and the countless.
Those are some huge footsteps.
Huge footsteps.
Now, Chick-fil-A has a lot to do with what we see. They're also like a really big partner in the hall and everything else. What do you eat when you go to Chick-fil-A?
I'm a strips girl.
Strips? Me too. Yeah. Me too.
With
I get the
Chick-fil-A
4-count.
sauce. 4-count strip, Chick-fil-A sauce, no fries. I gotta stay away from the fries, but I love the strips.
Yes, I absolutely love Chick-fil-A. We really appreciate all the sponsors and everyone else who's been a part of this.
Yes.
And if people want to reach out and ask you questions or just get information, where can they find you?
Well, they can find me on Twitter at BowdenKimber15.
Okay.
There, and then my email is kbowden@cfbhall.com, or you can always just info@cfbhall.com and they'll find me.
Awesome. Well, we're getting ready to check out this wonderful exhibit. Thank you so much, Kimberly, for talking to us. And you guys stay tuned. It's MiAsia Symone on MSL Media and Streets 94.5.
Rise up, rise up. We gon' make it out, gotta rise up, rise up, rise up. Tick, 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 time's up.